Okay, welcome back to the channel. I've already been kind of messing with this a little bit, so I'll get you up to speed here real quick before I get back to recording and trying to do what I'm doing here. Alright, so I've got you on a tripod now, so I can use both hands here. So what we're going to be doing today is trying to get this mounted. I'm trying to get the hose to spray kind of like a little spray bar. See if I can get that to work. And then we've got some rocks over here to put in just for decoration, and then we have some a couple plants that I'll be putting in for here as well. Sorry, I keep having to pause it here. There's a bee that it just will not leave me alone. So anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, I'm trying to do a spray bar with a hose. Mount this in there. Got, again, the rocks for the decoration, and then I've got some plants that are going to be going in here just to get it started. Just something different, a little project here. And then pay no attention to the thing behind it, because that's another project for another video that we're doing. So let me set you down and we'll get going here. So with the hose, let's see if I can show it to you here. So in the end there, you can see the end is blocked. All that is a cotton pad that I had taken, ripped off a piece off of, and just some regular super glue gel. It is perfectly safe for this kind of use, perfectly safe for the animals, fit plants, all that kind of stuff. I've used it in my aquariums. If you've seen some of those videos with me putting together some of the rocks or gluing some of the plants to the rocks themselves, if you've never tried it, it does work. But the idea is, I've got this, and then I'm going to be trying to poke holes in it. I already tried a needle, so there are a few small holes in it, but it doesn't do what I want it to do, so I'm going to try with a bigger gauge here, and then we'll plug it in and see what it's doing. And I'll probably have to do it a couple times, because that just seems to be what has been happening. Let's see if I can do this without stabbing myself too. So that's basically what I'm doing there. Putting a hole on both sides of it. And that way, hopefully if I put enough of these in, the water will have some place to come out of. And I think what I'll do is keep doing this and then speed up the video, so you guys don't have to sit here and endlessly watch me poke holes in a plastic tube. Alright, so I've got a whole bunch of holes poked. Let's plug it in and see if it does anything. Alright, I don't know if you can see that, but it is dripping. Looks like I will have to put some more holes in it. throughout it, but it does have some drips. Let me see if I can zoom in for you here. So it is dripping some. I do want some more than that. So, I guess back to poking holes. Well, that one worked. I don't know if you guys can see that spray. Alright, so I grabbed a different tool, much sharper. It's having trouble focusing on it. It's a little bit better, much sharper. As you can see, did give me a drip. I'm looking for a little bit more, something like that, but I'm only getting that if I twist it. So I'm going to keep playing with this for a little while, see what I can figure out here, and then I'll bring you guys back in once I've kind of got it working a little bit more. Like I said before, I was going to be messing around with this sharp tool here. It'll focus on, there we go. I was messing around with this, trying to get this to drip the way I wanted it to. So let me show you what I've got here at this point. So as you can see, as it's bent, there are a ton of places now the water's coming out, and there's a good bit of water coming off of it, and that's kind of what I wanted. So the plan is, this is not going to stay down at the bottom of the tank here, like in the actual water portion of it. I'm going to put it up in the top. So the plan is I spray water all over the place. The plan is, basically, I got it backwards. This works a lot better when you plan it out before you start doing this kind of stuff on camera. So the plan is, you put it inside here behind this, and then this actually kind of lines up here. And as you can see, it's kind of hard to see with all this here. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. So as you can see, there's still a good bit of water dripping out, and that's what I wanted, because I'm going to have some plants on here. Plants are going to get watered. The roots will be able to find water, and that's all they need. And this will give, some extra, something extra in the tank here for design purposes. So now what I have to do is attach this to this, basically right in there, and then we'll start working on some of the other stuff. So let me go get something to attach this with. Took a short little break and tried to figure out how I'm going to connect this So what I have is just a little cotton pad and the super glue gel, same stuff I was using before on the end of that. The nice thing is when you do this with the cotton pad, it hardens really fast. So now the trick is going to be doing this, getting the glue on it and the pad and all that kind of stuff where I want it to, all with, you know, one hand basically, while we're trying to do this. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so that's basically where we wanted it before. So in having that wet a little bit is going to help. So let me and this is going to be, see if I can keep the dog hair out of here too, apparently. If you've never seen Winston in any of my videos with the tanks, he has his own little channel. It is Sir Duke Winston here on YouTube or over on Rumble, whichever you prefer to watch your videos on. Oh man, I'm gonna have to sit here and hold this, aren't I? This is just not the best decision-making process. Again, if you watched the last video where I was doing the beta tank, similar thing. I probably didn't plan it as well as I should have, but that seems to be how I do things, just kind of winging it. So let me hold this stuff on and we'll be back. You know, I don't know, consider this a commercial break, but no commercials thanks to editing. It has been 3 days. Some other stuff came up, so solid attached. So I have this little, it's actually for a much bigger filter, but I wanted something to go around the little pump here to help filter the water a little bit. And this is so the idea is that will help filter some of the stuff that might be in the water, which you can kind of see. So I'm going to get some rocks in here around that. Kind of hold some stuff in place here. And we're doing the bigger rocks kind of in the back, holding some stuff where I want it to be held. And then I'll get some more of these little rocks in here. This is not going to be super fancy by any stretch. Oh, there's a hair attached to that one. It's apparently still stuck to me. I've got that in. Now I've got some of my plants here. Now this is just a little cutting off of a spider plant. Nothing too fancy, but it should enjoy having the water on it. Now I've got a couple here that have been sitting waiting, so it's got plenty of roots on it. And the trick is going to be trying to get it behind everything here. And then I've got another one here. This one's got a nice big root on it as well. I have an idea, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it work or not. Perhaps this one needs to go back in the back here. It's going to provide a little bit of cover for what's going in here. And let me grab the next plant. Alright, so I'm back with some more plants. We have some pothos. I don't know the varieties, but we've got a bigger leaf and a smaller leaf variety here. They are, actually these are just cuttings out of my fish tank, and they are doing absolutely wonderful. So what do you think? Smaller ones on the one side, big on the left. Let's mix them up. Let's see what they look like. Tuck it in behind. And I'm going to add some water to this to raise it up. Now I know that's not many plants, but it's a start, and I will be adding some other stuff in here, and I'm going to have to raise this up a little bit once I get some water in there. But let me get some more water in, and then we'll get what's going in there. And I know this is kind of showing a little bit. I might throw a little bit of moss on top of there. Let me see the water spraying, because if I can keep that wet, I'll be able to throw some moss on it, and yeah, that'll cover that in no time. So let me get some more water in, and I'll get the stars. Alright, we're back. I just tried cleaning the glass off here on the front. It did not work very well, but the little pellets I have for them are these little aquatic frog and tadpole food, little micro pellets. The ones we had last year absolutely loved this stuff. As you can see, there's not a ton left, so I'm going to put some of that in and we'll see what they do. Probably won't do anything because we're sitting here watching them, but let me get you raised up here. And obviously they're not sitting in the middle. They're all hanging out along the sides. So, as you can see, the pellets are pretty tiny. They sink down pretty quick. Well, most of them sank anyway. And I don't know if you can tell, but this little guy, where's my finger? This little guy right here has got one. Let me see if I can. They all just want to hang out on the side here. And this is what I figured they'd do. Absolutely nothing. We'll check back in on them here later. I'll get the front door closed up on them. As you can see, that's dripping a good bit now, which is what I wanted it to do. There's a little bit of drip coming over here. Doesn't want to focus back there. There it goes. So you can still see the hose. I'm probably gonna get some moss in here, but I need to trim the moss from my other tanks just yet, so we'll do that later. And now I'm just gonna get some end credits here for you. Maybe they'll swim around and do something. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and for any of you that have made it this far, I have 3 more projects coming, hopefully in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned.